A Kitchener couple is speaking out after they say they were kicked off their flight and abandoned at a closed airport in Cuba because of a brief asthma attack. The husband and wife in their 60s say they had no place to go, no food or water, and one air passenger rights advocate tells us he believes this was a violation of their human rights.
I went into complete meltdown. I just was sobbing. I was convinced we were going to die.
Amanda Cowperthwaite describes the moment she and her husband were being kicked out of an airport in Veradero in the middle of the night after being removed from their flight.
We were there with 2 suitcases, our bags, passports, money. I mean, Cuba is a very safe place. Don't get me wrong. I've never felt unsafe in Cuba. But outside during the night at an airport in the dark, we have no food, we have no water. We're just being abandoned. And I was sobbing.
The ordeal started earlier that night when Amanda had an allergy-induced asthma attack more than an hour before her flight was set to take off. By the time she and her husband had boarded, she was coughing and wheezing, but immediately used her puffer and antihistamines to treat her symptoms. They had notified the crew, but Amanda says the attack had almost fully resolved more than 45 minutes before the flight.
Well, the next thing I knew, that they came back and said, we're deplaning you. We were really very upset and very confused.
They were told the ground crew would help them find accommodations for the night, but Amanda tells us that never happened, and instead they were escorted out of the airport that was closing for the night.
It is a typical thing that passengers are being told, don't worry, just get off the plane, we'll take care of you afterwards.
Air passenger rights advocate Gabor Lukács tells us this could be a breach of passenger rights.
I'm quite perplexed why they would remove someone from a flight who is perfectly healthy. They know exactly what is going on with them. They just have an allergy, which is a disability, and they are handling it. They are communicating about it.
Airport staff eventually allowed Amanda and her husband to sleep in a cordoned-off area of the airport. They're now home, and Sunwing has compensated them for their rebooked return flight and other travel expenses. In a statement, Sunwing tells us in part, as a result of the symptoms presented on board, our crew members followed protocol in obtaining a medical assessment from our aviation medical advisory service partner that unfortunately deemed the customer as unfit to travel. They add their post-travel team is corresponding with them directly to further discuss their experience. Sunwing also claims that an airport representative offered to take the couple to a hotel, a claim the couple denies. For City News, I'm Tina Yazdani.